If you're here for perfection, you're on the wrong station. Around here, we do real motherhood, real life, and real conversations. I'm Melanie O'Reilly-Rogers, and this is Not Defined by Motherhood, a podcast where we cut through the noise, ditch the guilt, and remind you that mom is just a title, not your whole damn story. Let's get into it. As I said, we are not perfect around here, so my disclaimer for today is I am fresh out of the shower, and also there's construction going on right outside my window. I'm Melanie O'Reilly-Rogers, and around here we ditch the sugarcoating and talk about the messy, beautiful, complicated reality of life as a mom. Because you're not just a mom, and you sure as hell don't have to lose yourself to be a good one. Before we dive in, I want to tell you about something that I recently made just for you. It's my free guide called What's Really Draining You? Spoiler, it's not the kids. If you've been feeling burned out, this will help you figure out the real root of your overwhelm so you can start feeling more in control. You can grab it at notdefinedbymotherhood.com or in the description of this podcast. Let's get into it. I want to start this episode by asking you a question that maybe you've asked yourself, maybe even recently. Am I a bad mom for feeling this way? If you're nodding right now, or you've whispered that to yourself in a moment of frustration, or even yelled it out loud, I want you to hear me. If you're asking that question, chances are you are not a bad mom at all. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about why you're not a bad mom for feeling the way you do, and what we can do about it. So the reality of mom feelings. Every single mom I know, literally everyone, has questioned herself and her feelings about motherhood at some point. And if someone says they haven't, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that they're lying to themselves. We grow up being taught that there are good feelings and bad feelings. And then we become parents and it's like, oh wait, you're not allowed to have these bad ones anymore. You're not supposed to feel angry with your kids. They're just little. You're not supposed to feel jealous of other moms. You should be grateful for what you have. You're not supposed to feel frustrated. You're a mom, remember? Patience is part of the job. But here's the thing. Whether it's frustration, anger, jealousy, or just wanting to be left alone for 5 freaking minutes, those feelings are real. They're normal and they don't make you a bad mom. Here's where it really starts to unravel. We live in a world where outside pressure is constant, and I mean constant. Family, friends, strangers on social media, your neighbor, everyone has an opinion on how moms should feel and how they should raise their kids. Enjoy every moment. You only get 18 summers. You'll miss this one day. It is freaking exhausting. And it's creating this environment where anytime you feel off, you immediately think something is wrong with you. You start asking, why don't I feel grateful? Why do I feel annoyed when other moms seem to have it all together? Does this mean I'm not cut out for this? A perfect example of this is my kids just went back to school, and they've been back to school for about 2 weeks. And I still feel frazzled as hell during the day, not sure what to do. And I'm still losing my patience with them when they get home at the end of the day. Let me be clear, the problem isn't you, the problem isn't me. It's the unrealistic expectations. It's the highlight reels. It's the unsolicited advice that makes you second guess your instincts. Let's name those feelings. Let's call it out. Here are a few feelings that might have made you think, oh no, am I the problem? Frustration. You were supposed to leave 10 minutes ago, but now your toddler suddenly hates her shoes that she's been obsessed with and is throwing a fit about it. Anger. The baby won't nap. The laundry isn't folded, and you've been told 1,000 times that nap time is when you get things done. Jealousy. Your neighbor's kids play happily outside every day while yours act like the sun is lava. That is relatable for me. Selfishness. Can I help you? Can I help you? Excuse me. Sorry about that. Selfishness. You said yes to a birthday dinner, but your clingy child is sobbing and holding onto your leg as you try to walk out the door. Loneliness, everyone's gone, your kids are in school, your partner's at work, and you're just there. Those feelings, they don't make you a bad mom, they make you human. So, what does make you a good mom? It's not your feelings, I can promise you that. Move. Get out of here. No, thank you. It's how you respond to those feelings. You notice them, you pause, you show up anyway, you keep learning and maybe even listening to a podcast like this one because you care. You don't have to love every second of motherhood to love your kids. Repeat that if you need to, and I'll repeat it for you. You don't have to love every second of motherhood to love your kids. So how do we shift the narrative? How do we rewrite this story in our head? Number one, we're going to sit with it. Yeah, I hate that phrase also. If you ever happen to run into my therapist on the street, ask her. But sitting with your feelings instead of pushing them down gives you permission to actually feel them, and that can be super powerful. And number two, stop comparing your inside to their outside. Social media is not real life. You're not seeing their meltdowns or late night tears, the kids or the moms. You're seeing their filtered front porch photo with coordinated outfits. Taking Instagram and Facebook apps off my phone was one of the best things I've ever done. And number three, reframe the thought. Try this. I'm a good mom who's having a hard moment. At first, it's going to feel very cheesy and very fake. But if you keep doing it, the reframing stuff really does work. Here's what I want you to remember today. You don't have to fight your feelings. You don't have to explain them away. You especially don't have to let society convince you that feeling deeply makes you weak or wrong. You're not a bad mom. You are a mom in a messy world doing your best with a full heart and a very human brain. And that's way more than enough. That's it for today's episode of Not Defined by Motherhood. Remember, mom is your title, not your whole damn story. Don't forget to grab the freebie linked in the description. And if you're ready for more support, email me at melanie@notdefinedbymotherhood.com to set up your free call. And I also want to hear your story. I love to talk with other moms on the podcast. Share it with me because you're not doing this alone, and I guarantee your story can help someone. Share this with a friend, hit follow, and I'll see you next time.